All right. Lindsay's over here cracking jokes before we're going on the air today. Florida Daily Show. Got the usual suspects. I'm going to have more guests come on or more people. Not that they're bad. I just want more. Wait, should we do like a Brady Bunch thing, Matt? Get like 4 people? Or that's a little overkill, isn't it?
Yeah. Matt, I feel like, are you triggered a little bit right
now? No. I'm just adjusting my seat.
No. Okay. Yeah, what's going on there, Matt? Hey, how do you like this one? I posted this on my Facebook. Women's sports is not a retirement plan for failed male athletes. How do you like that one?
That's
how about
funny.
This next one right here? Before I talk about Byron Donalds in the governor's race, how about you like this one? Macro patience and micro urgency. Interesting. Macro patience and micro urgency. Anyway, Byron Donalds came out. I got to tell you, it's been a cluster mess going on here with the Republican Party. And let me explain this. Not that it's going to hurt them, but it could. So let us rewind the clock. Matt O'Hearn. June, Paul Renner, Jay Collins, Fishback, whatever. But mostly Renner and Collins were all itching and complaining that Byron was not going to do a debate. And I felt that Byron should have done the debate, but I get why he didn't do a debate. I get it. I totally get it. And then the Republican Party, which is in neck deep with Byron Donalds in his campaign. I'm sorry. I wish it wasn't that way. I like to. Right. That's why I don't like endorsements coming from the Republican Party of Florida or coming from a local Republican or Democrats. Let the marketplace decide, because you're going to split up groups, and I'm not here to split up groups. So anyway, the chairman, Evan Power, I've met Evan several times. No beef with the guy. He's the chairman. Every time I see Evan, hey, how's it going, Ed? Made the excuse that nobody was interested in hosting a gubernatorial debate in Florida. So he said that's the reason why they didn't do it, which is complete BS.
Right.
Okay. Everybody wanted to host this thing. Then they came up with all of these rules and things like that. And I'm talking to state committee men and women about this. I was going to do a story. I was like, nah, this is like low-hanging fruit. They're like, no. We didn't vote on any of this. So it's not technically legally binding. And then what the Republican Party of Florida did, and I won't mention any names. Most of you can probably guess. I know Matt and Lindsay will know. But so the Republican Party of Florida had their Sunshine Summit. By the way, complete bust. All my friends went to it, said nobody was there. I used to headline these events, took my radio show down there all the time. I don't do it because they're too cheap. They ought to be able to, they want talent, got to pay for it. But anyway, I enjoyed going down. So bear with me, all of you watching us. I'm getting to a point. So not many people, you don't do this the week before the 4th of July. You do it maybe mid-June or mid-June, okay, whatever.
Right.
Yeah. Then, so in order to suffice the base that was all going to this Republican Party of Florida, Evan Power says, hey, we're going to have some media outlets. You'll like this one. And we're going to have some media outlets host the GOP congressional debates. All right. They picked 3 people. I don't think I need to give them, and I don't have a beef with any of these people. Some of them I know and I've gotten along with, but I don't think I have to mention any names. Do I, Matt?
No.
Okay. And 3 of them, one was from Axios.com. Another one was from Florida Politics. The other one's, no disrespect, he's not really a competitor, but it could be a competitor. But I'm not slamming him. He's got a good business model, but he doesn't have our numbers. And yet I'm sitting here going, wait, will the real Republican please stand up? It was, dude, these are people that aren't the biggest Trump DeSantis people out there. And I didn't understand the mentality. Don't get me wrong. Matt, if you could have done it, you could have gone to Lindsay. I wasn't going to be able to go. You could have asked me to help moderate it. I couldn't go.
Well, I wouldn't have wanted to go because, well,
right.
Keep going.
But what I'm saying is the Florida Republican flipping party is inviting Democrats and liberal journalists to host and moderate this thing. And I'm sitting here going, well, at least get, one of our smaller competitors, get them to do it just to, and then so Byron, who didn't want to do a debate, gets better. Then Byron just came out, 2 days ago, says, hey, I need David Jolly to do a debate with me. We need to get this House of Votes to make a decision.
3 of them.
Yeah, 3. Yeah, I'm sorry. Great. Thank you for dude, first off, and I think he's going to win, but you haven't won the Republican primary yet. So that was kind of a mistake. And then the Republican Party Evan Power just said, hey, we agree with this, and this needs to happen. In other words, they've already given their full throttle endorsement to Byron.
Yeah. Yeah. Look, this is why I lost so much respect for not only the national but the state party, in that everyone's so scared about angering Trump or even just slightly annoying him that they all fall lock and step. And what ends up happening is we don't vet people like we should, and that's how Georgia ended up with Herschel Walker, a terrible unqualified candidate. And I'm not saying that Donalds is, as bad as Herschel Walker was, but at the same time, 90% of the people who support him can't tell you a single thing he's passed. All they know is Trump endorsed him, so that's our guy. And until we have runoffs in statewide primaries where all you need is a plurality, and even though the majority of your party doesn't support you, then we're not going to have the best candidates possible.
Why don't we move the primary to like Jacksonville and some of the South Florida cities? You know when their races are? Like in the springtime. What a great time to have them. It's nice and cooler. Like Jacksonville's got theirs, I think, in May. Why don't we have the primaries in April and May and give enough time for the runoff in August?
Well, they don't want to do that because the way it's situated now is
the establishment
much easier for power politics to work the way that they always have in Florida.
Yeah, there's no incentive to change.
Right. The only incentive to change would be voters really pushing for it, but too many people are content with what's there because they don't realize the flaws. I think when you look at the way it's set up, I mean, think about it. What has Donald's even had to campaign on? Nothing, because he's just counting on that endorsement. So what's going to end up happening is the Republican Party is going to put forward this guy who hasn't been vetted seriously by any independents, and he's going to get up there, and David Jolly is going to annihilate his record on a pattern of financial fraud and things like that. And I'm not saying Donalds is guilty of all of it, but no one else has been doing that until just now, and it's too little too late for the Republican opponents.
This isn't an anti-Byron rant here. I think
no, it's just
no. Hear me out.
We're doing him a favor because he's got to have this stuff ready when he goes up against those debates against Jolly.
But Lindsay, I'm a big fan of Paul Renner. I get along. I like Jay Collins a lot as well. But these guys, instead of trying to bid and go on Fox News, should have been on talk radio stations, which is the base of all of the parties. Now, a lot of liberals listen to my show. This was the base of the Republican Party of Florida. They should have gone out and vetted, run ads, constantly go on. And instead of telling me about your great experience, which I get, you should have sat back and said, here's the difference between me and Donalds. Listen, again, I'm not anti-Byron. I sat here on my show, and I've documented in the amount of 10, 15, in fact, time me. In 10 to 15 seconds, I can tell you why I would differentiate from Byron Donalds. Again, put away the bank fraud, put away the marijuana. Again, he differed with Governor DeSantis and agreed with Kamala Harris on the critical race theory. He sat back and was bragging about with the George Floyd, NAACP. We can talk about that.
He also was stock trades and made millions.
Yeah, the stock trades. He was also quiet.
Even though he works in the financial
and Amendment
committee.
4. He's also been one of the big government spenders here in Florida on a congressional level. And he was bragging about passing universal school choice when he wasn't even in the state house when it happened, Lindsay. So, again, I'm not trying to put you guys in a position. But then again, I could sit back and say, here's where I possibly disagree with Collins. I've got a couple, not many. I got maybe one or two I have with Renner, I think, on the issue of the Parkland bill, with the gun control, which I don't agree with. Maybe on the whole insurance reform that really hasn't gotten that much deep in people's back pockets to lower their premiums. But I think
Collins and Renner should have been saying everything that you're saying 3 months ago.
Yeah.
But they were too
Go
scared
ahead,
of
Lindsay.
Trump.
Well, y'all are completely right. I think that it's a little too late right now. I also think that when it all boils down, we kind of have a uniparty, and I've said this on the radio before. I don't really think nobody wants to, go against Trump. I mean, you see that he just will try to annihilate whoever does go against him. Yeah. But also we don't have anybody who's really willing to stand up in the Republican Party, I think, and actually, have this formal debate, which I think is a healthy thing in a representative republic, which we should be. So I think that this is really, to me, it's taken the wind out of a lot of people's sails. I have not seen one sign for Donalds at all.
I saw my first one today.
Oh, did you?
Yes, in the wealthiest zip code in all Florida. I saw my first Byron Donalds sign. I texted Ed about it. I was excited.
He has so much money. That's the thing. Collins, I don't know about Fishback, but I know Collins and Renner have not raised and I think Fishback was even lower. They have not raised raised a drop in the bucket compared to Donald. So to me, Donald's like his sign should be everywhere. Like he has so much money, he's just printing money.
Right.
Great for his campaign, great for his staff, and they should just be distributing these signs everywhere. I think that I think that our party is very divided, and I think it's going to be a much tougher race. I've noticed that he's out right now. Donalds is out talking about, he wants to keep America or keep Florida free, essentially. So riding on the coattails of Governor DeSantis and the leadership, which includes Collins and Renner, which is a little ironic.
Do you think if, he's going to, most likely, but if Byron gets the nominee or becomes the nominee, is DeSantis going to come out and campaign for him?
No.
I don't think so.
I don't think so.
I don't think he will. I think he's sitting this one out. I think, and I don't know what his future holds, but I think he's.
I think he's still upset about Renner not. Didn't Renner change his endorsement back when DeSantis was running for president? I'm pretty sure he switched over back to Trump, and I think that's the main reason DeSantis never. But whatever that is,
if Ron endorsed
him
the candidate, I think it would be like. I don't even think you need to have an endorsement of either Jay or let's say hypothetically, set aside Fishback. I don't know what any of the poll. I don't buy any of the Republican poll numbers right now. They're all over the map. Okay. Having said this, if Collins was out 2 months ago, I think Renner could win this thing. If Renner was out, I think Collins could beat Donald. I don't even think the Trump endorsement. But if DeSantis endorsement, I still think DeSantis holds a lot stronger water here in Florida than Trump.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
Yeah, that would have been the deadly combo had Renner or Collins dropped, endorsed the other guy, and then DeSantis had added to it. That still wouldn't have been a guarantee upset of Donald's, but it would have made things a lot more competitive head to head.
I like Paul a lot, and I saw Bobby Williams did the same thing. Paul's told people privately, again, from what I was told, I said, hey, when a year ago when Paul was thinking about running, well, I think remember, I'm the son of an independent Baptist minister, so I am very, very respectful of the Almighty. I'm very respectful of the Word of God. I'm very respectful of, I'm not the Pentecostal church pump, church pew jumper, all that kind of stuff. I think we kind of devalue the word Christianity many times. And, I understood that Paul, now he never told me this, but, Paul was telling people, well, I think the Lord's calling me to run. I'm like, what? And then Bobby Williams was out there saying, well, yeah, I think God told me. Wait. God told you he wanted you to run, and for what purpose? Because the question is, if you don't win, either God didn't call you to run, or maybe you weren't listening. Or I'm always, Matt, that's just me. I just am more respectful of the faith where, somebody goes, well, I go to church. I don't care if you go to my church. That doesn't mean I'm going to vote for you. Where, well, God told me to run. I have never understood what that meant.
You have to be kind of selfish to run for office. So no one wants to admit that they're in it for that reason.
I'm just saying, when these people do it, do they all think we're suckers? I'm like, really?
I think some of it too is just, well, let's see. Are you about Renner's age? I was going to say, I think.
No, man, I'm in my 30s. What are you talking about?
Sure.
I think that's just part of
I'm
the way
like a female. After 31, I don't tell my age. Go ahead, Lindsay. But Lindsay, I'm just saying, we're church-going people. Matt knows my family. I'm just saying is, I don't like it when people, hey, I'm going to show up to Ed Dean's church today to act like I'm one of them. People will buy into that, and I don't like that.
Yeah, I don't like it either.
Renner hasn't
and I'm
been
not
doing that, has he? He hasn't been.
No, Paul hasn't done. I'm just saying.
No.
Okay. Somebody told me that, but Paul hasn't gone out and said all that stuff, which I'm happy. But I mean, Paul. I think Paul's genuine, but I'm nothing against Bobby. But all these guys go, God told me to run. Really?
Using the Christian flag to do that is gross.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that even makes it worse. I know, probably God wants you to stay in the pulpit and not run, but go ahead, Lindsay.
Yeah, I mean, waving the Christian flag for any reason, oh, well, God told me this, God told me that. Oh, it's our Christian duty. No, that's just gross. God is using. Yeah, it is embarrassing. It's gross. It's shallow. It makes me cringe. I just need to go bathe in hand sanitizer or something. But let's look at what the truth is.
Yeah.
What?
We used to call it pimping the church. These guys would go around from church. Mitch Needleman, the former clerk of courts in Brevard,
that's how Obama got a lot of his support.
Well,
man. I'm not saying I agree with it, but it's effective in certain areas.
That's true. It is effective, and people just fall for it.
They do.
I'm like,
It's unfortunate. God does call people to do things. He's called me to do things in my life, including start a school where I had no experience and no knowledge. It was the craziest thing ever. And so God does call us to things, but I think that is a very slippery slope when you're talking about running for office or you're talking about some of these things. Like, it's just cringy to me.
you know what I tell people, Matt? People go, Ed, how come you didn't get called into the ministry? I said, no, I did. I'm on 5 days a week and I'm preaching 3 hours a day.
True.
I need to be taking up a love offer. I need to be living
Amen.
living. That's what I need to be doing.
Yeah, we had a joke at my college way back in the day, but that you could draw a line down the middle of the room when seminary majors and journalism majors were in the same room. And I was definitely not on the seminary side, but yeah.
Well, listen, I have enough respect for preachers and stuff, and I think some people are legit. You know, if that's up between you and God, if you think He called you to run, I'm just saying I hear a lot of it, and I think it's to get votes because I'm hearing so much of it. It's kind of like it's like here in the South, everybody's got New York pizza. Wait, you're from Washington State? What do you mean New York pizza?
Speaking of New York and Florida, I need to know what you think about Donalds and how this is gonna play
what
out.
I'm saying? Everybody's trying to sound legit. Oh, my pizza's I'm a man of God. Or New York pizza. It's not New York pizza. And, maybe you're serving God, but no, I'm sorry. I don't believe you're being called to, like, this whole Trump thing all the time. The anointment. He's God's man for, and I think it's a little sacrilege. But that's okay. It's not a slam against him. It's just what it is or something.
Do you think Donalds beats Jolly?
I don't know. It's within that margin of error. I don't know. I mean, I know how, if I was going to run a campaign against Democrats, I know what I would run, and I know what I would run against Republicans. The property insurance isn't going down. We got the highest property taxes than we've ever had. That two issues alone is enough to do damage to the Republicans.
Who do you think would do better against Jolly? Donalds or
Renner?
Or Collins?
Collins
he is literally the worst choice. He's the worst
I just
choice.
think I love the military. That used to work back in the day. Most people just, don't.
Right. Renner and Collins both have that experience.
I know. Yeah. I'm just saying. I mean, hey, when I was in the rabbit hole, listen, I get it, but you got to talk to everybody else out there, and they're not following you. I understand the whole military thing. Many people don't get it, so I kind of stay away from it. That's all I'm saying. It's not a put down. Most people can't relate. You need to relate with people. That's all I'm saying. So, well, good discussion. And we'll do it again. Don't forget, watch us all right here, and read all of our stuff this week, of course, at floridadaily.com.